Wishes, blessed be. This is White Raven over here. Today's Monday, so happy Magic Monday to all of you guys. Whew. Today the video that I have here for you is not the video that I have on schedule. I already made this video in Spanish. I felt the urge and the necessity, the duty to share this video in Spanish with my Spanish community. And I'm going to share it with you guys today. And it's a curse, it's a hex. Now, witches, I'm going to warn you, and this is something that I do all the time whenever I share this type of spells. This is not, please do not take this lightly. This hex that I'm going to share with you today is a curse. It's a real curse, okay? And needless to say, if you're not justified, this is going to come back and bite you in the ass. And I'm warning you right now, if this is something that you do towards somebody else just because you don't like them, because they did something to you that you didn't like, I am telling you right now, it's going to come back to you. You have to come from a stand of justice. Like, make sure you're justified before you do this. Otherwise, I'm going to tell you, there is not going to be any end to the calamity that you're going to find yourself, in the predicament that you're going to find yourself by doing something so bad to someone that did not deserve it. So be wise and listen to me, witches. I'm warning you, do not do this if you don't have to. So what things are we going to be needing for this spell? So we're going to be making a clay doll. All right. So we're going to be making a voodoo doll. You can use this Crayola air dry clay. Okay. You can also use this clay if you want to use this clay. Listen, you can use Play-Doh. You can use water and just a flour. You can do anything you want. You can use wax. You can do just a regular voodoo doll. You can do whatever you want. The thing is that when we create voodoo dolls, we can put stuff in different parts of the body depending on what you want to do. In my particular case, this spell is towards someone that has committed a heinous crime. It has murdered someone we love. It has violated somebody we love. It has done something completely unforgivable to somebody we love. And particularly, this is somebody that has inflicted abuse and pain, domestic abuse, towards somebody we love. And when I'm saying domestic abuse, it is including murder. Okay? It's a very delicate topic for me. I am basing this video in my feelings, my personal feelings that I have today over things that have been happening in my country, Puerto Rico, in the past week that completely and absolutely devastated my heart and broke my heart. Okay, so this video is coming with a lot of emotions from my heart. And I really beg you that if you do not have any extreme situations like what I'm describing in here, please do not do this. Of course, we're going to be working with sympathetic magic. What sympathetic magic is going to mean that we're going to be creating a doll in the image of somebody that you want to work. So that means you have to have some kind of links of tag logs of the person that you're working. Particularly, and this is the easiest thing to do, is a picture. If you do get a picture of the person, I need you to photocopy that picture. I need you to cut the face of the person, and I needed to put it in the head of the doll that we're going to be creating today. Now, make sure that the person is looking at the camera in the picture that you choose of the person. Nowadays, it's very easy to choose any pictures from anybody from social platforms. You have Facebook, you have Instagram, you have way too many social platforms, and people love to take pictures of themselves. One of the things that I invite you to do is to Google herbs that are completely poisonous that grow in your area. Right now in my area, I'm getting a lot of very poisonous plants around in my garden, but one of the plants that I have that are very poisonous in my garden are going to be lily of the valley. So lily of the valley are extremely poisonous, guys. Lily of the valley, they stop your heart. They mess up with your heart. Make sure you're going to Google and research the plants that are poisonous that are growing in your area at the moment, so you can utilize those plants depending on what they do. Okay, I'm going to be using for this spell a little box that I bought that looks like a coffin. I'm going to be using my black clay. It doesn't have to be black, it could be any clay. You can just use regular clay. You can use Play-Doh, you can use flour, you can do anything that is easier for you to use. I want this spell to be easy because I want this to help you get even with somebody that has done something so terrible and unforgivable and is walking outside. It's completely free. Completely free, living the life. In the meantime, the person that you love is 6 feet underground. Make sure you have some gloves before you do this spell. I made this. It's in the back of my head to make gopher dust. I'm thinking about it. If I do make it, it's going to be in my website. I'm still thinking about it. I don't know, because I shared with you guys so many curses, nasty curses, and I'm still thinking if I want to share with you guys gopher dust. But chances are I'm going to put it in my website pretty soon. It's going to be one of those products that are going to be in my website. You know, I think that many times curses are necessary. Curses are not necessary to punish somebody that's been good. Curses is necessary because sometimes bad people is living the life. They're living the life. And sometimes we gotta do to get even, and sometimes we gotta do to punish people. Because if I'm a witch right here, right now, I have the ability to share this with you and I don't, then what is the point? What is the point? What is the point of being a witch? Now, on the same token, I tell you that if you do this and you're not justifiable, the wrath of life is going to be unreal towards you. So make sure that when you're doing something, you're completely justified. Do not be doing this and taking this lightly. Trust me, life has its way to get back to you. Trust me and mark my words. You will repent for doing something like this. So we have the little clay. Obviously, this is not the first time that I've done a voodoo doll with you guys. Right here. In reality, voodoo doll is not the right name of these dollies. This is just puppet magic, doll magic. People call it different in different places. They call it differently. We're just going to create a doll with whatever blob we have at home. Okay. In this case, I have the air dry clay. So let me put the camera over here so you guys see what I'm doing and you guys know what we're gonna do. Okay, witches, so we're gonna create a head with the clay that we have. And in that head, let's open that head up, right? We're gonna flatten this head, right? Just like so. Now, witches, in that head, I have some glass over here and I have some thorns in here. All right. So we're going to put this glass and these thorns in the head. And what this is going to create, witches, is a lot of confusion, a lot of paranoia, a lot of anxiety, feelings of guilt. Like, this person is not going to be able to sleep for the rest of his life. There's not going to be 1 second out of his life that he's not going to be feeling guilty about what he's done. Okay, so that's what you're going to do with the head of this doll. So now we're going to create the body and the arms of this doll. In every single part of his body, you're going to be able to add or not something. So we're gonna try to create a body, right? Just like so. Let's do the arms as well. Creating voodoo dolls, creating dollies, magical dolls, it's not a hard thing. You just have to have the imagination and just create it. Now again, witches, I invite you to go outside and Google the plants that are toxic in your area so you know what you may be having growing in your backyard. In my front yard, I have a lot of lily of the valley. Now, lily of the valley is very poisonous, and lily of the valley will mess up with your heart. So what I'm going to do, witches, I'm going to make a little hole, a little cavity here in the area where the heart of the voodoo doll should be. And here are my lily of the valley. This is why I have gloves, witches, so I'm going to cut one. It's really funny because lily of the valley is such a popular flower in the Bible. Where are we going to put that? We're in May. She grows in my front yard on May. This flower smells so good. I really like them. But hey, they are very poisonous. I also have nightshade, and I have some other plants outside that are extremely poisonous. Now that we put the lily of the valley in this person's heart, we put the glass and the thorns in his head, we put the lily of the valley in his heart. Now in his stomach area, we are going to also make sure that this person has some stomach problems as well. So grab a black cord or any cord in any color, and we're going to create knots. Now, which is every time you're creating these knots and you're creating this doll, you're going to be thinking about what you want, okay? Your intentions are very important in this magic. So while you're doing all these knots and you are messing up with his intestines and his tummy, you're going to be thinking about it. So now that we have this little mess over here of his intestines, we're going to put them back in there. Yeah. Now, we haven't done the person's legs yet, but right here, close to his crotch, we are going to put some mint. And guess what mint is going to do to this person? It's going to make him impotent. Oh, how nice is that? Not only your intestines are a nutty mess, your heart is slow hard, and your brain is giving you all this guilt. You can't even have sex. How about that? Oh, I feel so sorry for this guy. Not. Let's finish this sucker. Let's do his legs. Listen, the sky is the limit. If you have other type of poisonous plants in your house, like there's a lot of mushrooms and a lot of funguses growing in your backyard that are just as bad or worse, sky is the limit. Utilize what you have in your house. So look, we have this guy already here. This is an evil doer. This is somebody that deserves every single thing that you're doing. This is a criminal. This is a killer. This is somebody evil that have taken away somebody that you love. And this is just me trying to share with you a way for you to get even and to find justice somehow. All right, witches, now that we have this guy made and completely stuffed with all the bad stuff that we want to inflict upon him, it's not done yet, guys. It's not done yet. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to put in top of this body right here is going to be damnation powder. This is going to have a lot of nasty concoctions, such a nasty, smelly concoctions, you have no idea. The second thing that we're going to add to this is going to be, we're going to cover his body in cemetery dirt. Now, we already have a protocol video on how to get cemetery dirt in this channel, so I suggest that if you're going to put cemetery dirt on this doll, make sure that you know how's the protocol. Make sure that when you go to the cemetery, you leave an offering. And this does not have to be from somebody's tomb unless you want to use somebody to assist you, a dead to assist you. You can use the cemetery ground dirt for the purpose of this video, and that's exactly what I will suggest unless you want to use somebody in particular. We're going to close this box. You can tie it up with black ribbon. You can tie it up with anything you've deemed proper to tie this up. You can glue it if you want with a hot glue gun. You can hammer some nails, little nails into this. You can do whatever makes you feel good about this. The next thing that you're going to do, which is you are going to either bury this in a cemetery or bury this very far away from you. You're going to bury this in a place that you're never going to see this again. You don't even remember where you bury this. Just go far away and bury it away from you. You're not going to think about this issue ever in your life. You're not going to even deal with this ever in your life. You have given this to Mother Nature, and you have given this to destiny, and you're going to let the universe take care of this evildoer. Which is, sometimes it's up to us to find balance in this world. Sometimes it's up to us to find justice in this world. I know I'm sharing this with you in a very casual way, but I cannot stress enough how heavy this curse is. If you want to do this spell, if you want to do this curse because you don't like somebody for whatever reason it is, I warn you again, it's the last time. If you do this and you're not justifiable, this spell will come back and will bite you in the ass. And it's going to be you that want pain for all this curse that you're doing. It is always awesome talking to you, witches. Go visit my website, White Raven on Witches Lair. I may have that damnation powder for sale eventually. And there's so many other things that I want to share in my website with you guys. Email me if you have any questions, layerofthewitch@yahoo.com, and visit my social platforms, Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest. I'm always there to answer any of your questions. It is always awesome talking to you, witches. Until next time, you must stay very smart, but above all, you must stay very wicked. You're above everybody, witches. We are above everybody. Bye.